It was so cold up there, he had pulled the sleeping bag out of his pack and wrapped it, well actually he had gotten into it, put socks on his hands because he didn't have any gloves. He was shivering, his hands were also frozen, and he's like, oh my God, I'm glad to see you. It's almost 5:30 on summit day, and I am right now going up Katahdin, 5.2 miles, and about 4 of us left the Birches camp before 5 a.m. and so it was dark, but you can head up anytime. You just won't get very good pictures or video. until the sun comes out. So I'm about 1.5 miles into it. I haven't hit the hardest part yet, which is I think it's gonna be about mile 3 or something. So mixed emotions about it. I think my mind is a little bit numb right now. Realize this is my last day in Maine, is not only climbing Katahdin, and I have to start to transition my thoughts and my mind around something else, somewhere else. So it is all uphill because it is an ascent up a mountain. And then I don't know, I think it'll take about 4 hours, and then the other 4 hours after that will be downhill. But we're gonna get going onward because the sun isn't quite out. So up the trail. It's still kind of shrouded back that way too. Really? All those lakes. Katahdin summit is done. I'm waiting for a ride to Millinocket right now. I'm at the ranger station at Baxter State Park, right behind me. Ricochet, name of the successful thru hiker that I was hiking around today. Summited, went from Georgia to Maine. It was really cool to be around him. And he was the first one up on the mountain. I had a great story about the summit with Ricochet, but I'll tell that later. So a little mixed emotion about today. The northern leg is over. The summit is done. The hardest mountain is done. The hardest two states, New Hampshire and Maine, are done. And the southern leg is left, I think. I gotta really work it out in my mind, what I want to do. I'm just not sure yet. It feels good I'm gonna enjoy this moment though. It's something I thought I'd never do. Get an ice cream or something, or a pizza. But I'm gonna savor this moment. Definitely be not hiking tomorrow. Either a 0 day or a travel day. So, it's almost like, all right, Katahdin summit done. What now? thought I'd feel different. And I probably would have if it was a pure northbound and that was the culmination of a 2,200 mile hike. It's not. It does feel good though, because that mountain is a beast. I just have to work it out. It is the day after the Katahdin summit. I'm in Millinocket, Maine. This is about an hour's drive from Baxter State Park Ranger Station. So I got a shuttle out of there, right around the kind of the trailhead to the Hunt Trail, which is the AT portion going up to Katahdin. But shuttle to a hostel just back there down the street called the AT Lodge. So I stayed there last night after summit day, and had a good stay there. I ate here last night, had another pizza. I love town pizza, and I don't think I've had a bad one yet. So, but a lot of emotions about actually getting to this point, going from Harper's Ferry to West Virginia. So just a reminder, future Hickory, you did reach Katahdin, but you've only finished the northern leg of the AT. So it feels good, and it also feels like I got some unfinished business. So there's still over 1,000 miles to go. Nice sunny day here in Millinocket, but cool story about Katahdin, and it's not really about me. It's about a thru hiker who started in Georgia. I was hiking around him for the last week or so, and his trail name was Ricochet. And really cool guy. It ended up he is from the same area, same hometown area as I am. He's about 39 years old, and it was his summit day. It was his last day, and we were going up at the same time. We had seen each other for the last week or so, didn't really introduce each other until the night before summit day. Cool guy. I'm not sure if he slept the night before, but he did summit, and in my book he is thru hiker royalty. But the story goes, he was probably one of the first guys out of camp. The Birches, which is about a quarter mile from the start of the trek up Katahdin, and we left, a bunch of us left right around between 4:30 and 5 that morning. It was still dark. So he's an experienced hiker, and he left first thing, and I did not see him until later on. So the weather prediction for Katahdin was clear and sunny yesterday. So we thought, this is going to be great. It's going to be a great day. We're going to be able to see everything. It's going to be sunny. Well, you know, Katahdin is 5,200 feet elevation. Things are different up on the summit, but even the summit weather prediction was favorable. Well, it ends up when you get above tree line yesterday, everything is, there's a cloud covering Katahdin. It's very, very windy. It reminded me of my Mount Washington summit day, but without the precipitation. Very windy, low visibility. So I get up to near the peak and I finally see the Katahdin sign off in the distance, and my fingers are frozen, and the wind is blowing me around, and I get up to the sign. There's no one around. Get up to the sign, I'm videoing, and I touch it. There's this big boulder near the sign, and all of a sudden a head peeks out from around the boulder, and it's Ricochet. He was the first one to summit, and he was waiting for somebody to come up so they could take his picture. It was so cold up there, he had pulled the sleeping bag out of his pack and wrapped it, well, actually he had gotten into it, put socks on his hands because he didn't have any gloves. He was shivering, his hands were also frozen, and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm glad to see you." He had been there for 20 minutes waiting for somebody, poor guy. And we thought he was gonna get a clear day for his final day, which he did not. So I'm trying to work this out here. But anyway, we took each other's pictures and kind of headed down. We didn't hang out up there because it wasn't a good place to hang out. So we headed down, and about a mile down, we still hadn't gotten to below tree line yet. About a mile down, the skies cleared up and the sun came out, and we had a beautiful view. And he was actually considering going back up to take advantage of that so he could enjoy it, but he didn't. So anyway, congratulations to Ricochet. It was cool to be around that. To actually be around a thru hiker on his last day after, you know, a 5-month hike. Very inspiring. So, way to go, Ricochet. Now, as for me, I was gonna hang out in Millinocket for another day just to enjoy the town, but it's kind of still figuring it out. I don't have a home. I'm technically homeless, not in, you know, the common sense of the word homeless. When I started, I terminated my lease on my apartment, gave a lot of furniture to my girls so they could get their apartment started, and sold stuff, put the rest of my stuff in storage. So I really don't have a permanent residence except my backpack. So after a lot of thought, I'm gonna leave Millinocket and I think it's time to go home. Time to head home. Change it up. I just think it's the right time to head home. I think that'll feel the best out of all the options I have. So it's travel day today. I got to get a shuttle, then a bus, and then a plane. So I'll keep you updated. Muffin and Button, I love you. Acorn Army, I love you too. See you next time.